get my energy up. Act like I'm on camera.
Nah, but I just wanted to bullshit a little bit.
Okay.
You seen the Tesla robots?
Bro, there's so much misinformation going around on the internet, and the fact that America averages a third grade reading level really
I mean, you've heard me read.
It amplifies. I think you're on the fourth grade, but it amplifies the problem with the misinformation. But yes, I've seen the Tesla robots.
So you don't believe in them, or what do you mean the misinformation?
So, I mean, I know they're real.
Yeah.
I know they're real. The first thing I heard was there's somebody controlling them. Like they're not really autonomous. Somebody's controlling them and making them do the shit that they're doing. Which I'm like, even if y'all can do that, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, which one is more believable? The fact that they're more AI based, or the fact that they're being controlled?
They're being controlled. I would say it's more believable.
Yeah.
But then I see memes and shit on Facebook all day. You know, there's stuff where it's like me asking my Tesla robot to switch seats when the cops pull us over.
And it's the iRobot looking over
like, come on, motherfucker.
That's the one that was like me telling my robot to just play with the tip a bit.
Wow.
Somebody in the comments was like, he gonna malfunction and rip this shit off.
Or just be like, he don't know like sensation. And just dumb strong.
Crazy. But
so then the other one I heard was that they're building robots that can basically act like incubators for sperm and egg. So instead of the woman being at risk of giving birth, the robot basically like holds the fertilized egg for the 9 months, and then the baby's born.
I have not heard this one.
Yeah. It's a lot of wild shit.
That is crazy shit. But I mean, is anything off limits? Is any of this impossible?
It's not impossible,
right?
But I don't think we're smart enough yet to be able to do stuff like that.
But we're definitely building the stepping stones to get there. Yeah. But do we want to get there?
I don't think so.
I don't know, man. We're writing ourselves out of our own story.
Exactly. Like it's like we've never watched sci-fi movies before. We know how our imagination has told us how this plays out, bruh.
But is it because of our imagination telling us how it's supposed to be that we kind of just want to see it happen?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
People like to push the boundaries, push the limits. It's like they know that using like fossil fuels and all this other shit causes global warming, but they're like, yeah, how bad is it really going to get?
We'll see what happens.
6 hurricanes in a week. Florida's basically underwater.
Yeah, ask Florida how climate change is going. They'll still deny it.
Yeah, I was going to say, they might still shock you. They might still shock you.
But I was thinking about it while I was driving, and I'm like, what jobs would be better off if robots would just slide in there? And, people, that's the biggest conversation, too, is like, oh, if robots come in and they just start taking everybody's jobs, then everybody's fucked.
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking there might be jobs that robots should be in.
Mining, I think, would be.
That's a good one.
Drilling.
Yours went to a more like.
Well, all of the stuff that is going to wipe the red states out completely.
I see the plan here. Yeah. But I was thinking like crossing guard. Because even as a kid, I questioned the idea of a crossing guard. Because
why are you here?
They're all like 65 and up, right? From my understanding, they're like volunteer.
Yeah.
So they don't even really get paid for it, right? Yeah. Or they don't get paid at all. Just put a robot in there. Because my argument has always been, what are you doing? You're holding up a stop sign?
Yeah.
If a crazy person was about to run over the kids, they're not going to be like, fuck, there comes the crossing guard with the stop sign. Well, I guess I'll stop.
Well, see, what they didn't tell you is that the stop sign is imbued with magic. Like
it's a magic stop sign.
Like Gandalf or whatever his name is from Lord of the Rings.
Pass type shit.
Yeah. I got just magically put that shit out in your car. Crash.
I was like thinking about it because, intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching the little kitties cross the street. And then I see this old ass person who can't even really get to the middle of the street to hold the sign. So they were just holding it from the sidewalk. Right. I'm like, if I wanted to fucking press the gas here, that crossing guard ain't doing nothing. But let's put a robot in here, right? Who's standing there, center forward, analyzing everybody, right? Maybe doing too much than they should, but it's for the kids' safety, right? And if I decide I'm gonna fucking floor it anyway, They should be able to scoop the kid up out of the way or
How
something.
about just implode your car with laser beams?
Too far.
No, I think that solves crime like that, like instantly. Like if you know the minute you put your foot on that gas, it's gonna explode your shit.
Well, then this is the whole Tony Stark theory.
Okay.
You're pointing a gun at everybody, telling them, yo, you better fucking watch out.
Okay.
Is free will gone? Do we not deserve free will at this point?
We are slowly getting rid of it. So if not, actually, not many say slowly. I think we've almost completely eradicated free will.
The fear of your consequences.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not only that, like human beings understand, like the ones who have created the systems that we live in, they understand psychology at the highest level. Like, so all of the shit that we do, that we see, it's all been manipulated to make us see it a certain kind of way. Like you ever go to the grocery store and wonder why they put like the magazines and the bubble gum and shit like that near the cash register?
Yeah, impulse. Or that's
Exactly.
the theory, the impulse buy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you would see it on your way out and you'd buy
Grab it, yeah.
You wouldn't go down the aisle like, oh, let me go get bubble gum.
Mm-hmm.
No, but it's right there. You're like, ah, fuck it. It's 35 cents.
It's like them showing us or giving us the information that aliens are real a few years ago. Because we're so, like, what's the word? Like, desensitized now with the internet that they're like, now is appropriate amount of time gone by. We can slide this shit out and they ain't even gonna believe it anyway.
No, because anybody who believes it is a whack job.
Yeah.
And then
And you're saying that thought process is embedded in us by the people above, the psychological thinkers that are like, if we release it this way, it'll be swept under the rug anyway, because we've created a story where the people who think that way are crazy.
Yeah, I think if you want to defeat somebody, you make them destroy themselves.
And discredit them.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So like now it's like a lose-lose no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's a good way of, I mean, you know, Larry has a psychology degree.
Listen, it's the one episode I wasn't going to bring it up, but
I thought I should. I felt like you wasn't going to say it. I
barely got that degree, but I'm like doubling down every episode.
It's going to be Georgia the psychologist.
Oh man, I like that actually.
But then that's another job. I was like, therapy. Therapy can't really be given to a robot because you need that human interaction.
Yeah, you need somebody who can be empathetic.
Exactly. Like if I go to a robot and tell him my problems and he's like, stop being a bitch. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, thank you. Now I owe you $500.
That actually, I see it another way now, actually.
Oh, here we go.
You go into the robot's room, you're like, man, you know, growing up, nobody loved me. Now I've got money problems. And they're like, well, here's the problem. You're thinking about it this way instead of seeing it this way. And if you take these next 5 steps over the next week, you will completely eliminate all your debt. You're gonna be like, what? I can do that? And you're gonna get off that couch fast as shit.
Whereas, you see, that's the right way, I think, to look at it. But then why don't we do it? Just implement them into the job. So it's like you have a human therapist, but you do also have the robot therapist, right? So you have follow these steps to solve your problems.
Yeah.
And the human therapist is going to be soften the blow a bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The more human touch that is required.
So when a robot tells you there's no way you can reach your financial goals in this year, the therapist can say, but it's all right.
But it's okay. Because not a lot of people can.
You move at your pace.
Exactly. Yeah. And the robot's like, no. You're fucked, dude.
Right. Damn. Yeah.
But yeah, I was just thinking, like, what jobs? And then another one that I was thinking you probably shouldn't switch them out. But then I started thinking maybe you should is like a chef, right? So like a chef, a big thing of them is like, you know, they cook with the intent to give you something. Good ones anyway, right? It's part of them. It's like, here's something great.
Be enjoyable.
Can a robot also give that? If they're like, you need exactly this much and exactly this much and cook it for this long and they can't fuck it up, right? So if like...
It might be perfect, which I don't know.
Perfect.
I don't know if anybody wants perfect food. Like you want food that is like representative of like the culture or the person preparing it, right? You don't go to a Cuban spot like, I want a perfect fucking Cuban meal. No, you'd be like, I want some flavor. I want to feel like I'm in Cadet Castro's house.
I don't know if that's what the feeling you want. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's what you
And
looking
the
for.
problem is I don't even know like the mind of Cuban people to have said that kind of jokes. It's like, oh, too far.
Well, no, like I told you in the 4th of July episode, Cuban people are the most American people I've ever known. So
You did say that.
they're very much in line with American ideology. So you're good.
Okay,
You're good.
cool.
They basically from here.
Okay. I don't even know how I feel about that statement. All right. You got it, Playboy.
And then I was thinking sports.
Well, real quick on the job thing. What about teachers? You don't feel like robots can do that job? Better, actually. Teachers,
See,
I feel like the
that's
number
the thing.
one
That's
problem.
the problem.
Yeah, I feel like the number one problem for teachers is that they're emotionally drained because children are just a lot.
Sure, but the thing also, the problem is it can't be all schools.
What you mean?
If you put a robot in North Philly schools, it's not lasting a week.
Yeah, they're
Them
going to have that
kids are fucking
motherfucker
up.
wearing a do-rag.
Yeah, because they're like, this is a robot. This is not a person anymore, so
Yeah.
they don't value that. You know what I mean? There's
Right.
no real consequence, maybe financial,
Right.
but they don't care.
Yeah, facts.
They might kill that robot in a week because
Bro.
it's a robot.
In my high school class, bro, I think it was a grade under me when I was in my sophomore or junior year. They were throwing textbooks at the teacher.
And what they gonna do to a
That's
robot?
like modern day stoning. Like, you know how thick them fucking textbooks
yeah, them
were?
drawers is heavy.
Oh my God.
And what grade?
This is like the 10th grade.
Okay, so they got some strength.
Just
to throw
wild
books.
animals. Yes, bro. Like unreal.
Exactly. So if you're telling me that in 10th grade they was doing that to a human being, what do you think they're gonna do to a robot that they put in that position?
Bro, they going to unplug them every 5
Oh
seconds.
my God. They're like, yo, let's see who can detach this arm versus the other arm. Like, fucking, that's what they're going to do, bro.
Yeah.
They're going to kill that robot.
bad.
So, yeah, they might be able to be better teachers,
Yeah.
but it'll create a worse classroom.
Okay.
I think so.
Fair
I
enough.
think.
Yeah.
But then I started thinking, like, can they take sports jobs? You know what I mean? Like, oh, do we want to see them play basketball? Do we want to see them
No.
play football? But then I'm thinking, like, the problem would be, oh, so-and-so is creating a football team of robots, right? Elon Musk is like, I'm going to create a football team of robots. As people, we're going to want to say, well, there's no reason because our already established football players are going to be better than those robots. Then we're going to want to see them go
Yeah, I don't know.
robot versus
That
people.
might be the wrong sport to have them playing against each other.
And then they're gonna get demolished. Humans are gonna lose
Yes.
by
100,000.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then we'll think, fuck, can you imagine a robot team versus a robot team? What would that look like? And then next thing you know, sports are taken from us because we want to see great, like something that is incapable of failure go up against something else that's incapable of failure and see the outcome.
That's stupid.
You don't think you think so? If, let's say two
might as well
robots
play- I might as well
in a
play a
UFC cage
I might as well-
and see who comes out.
I might as well play the PlayStation if that's the case, bro.
But why is video games so good? Because we can create this false reality and nothing real. There's no real outcome. There's no consequence. I can kill.
What was that? What was that Hugh Jackman movie where
Still.
something steel?
Yeah.
Yeah. That I can see. If I'm like kind of controlling the shit, sure, I can get behind that.
Okay.
But if they're just out there doing their own thing, what if one of them just glitches out and stands there for the next 30 seconds? You're like, oh, this is a fucking waste of my money. Like,
But that argument can be had with the same steel thing. Like, what if it glitches out? I mean,
yeah, that's true.
but it's like, all right, so AI is learning,
Yes.
right? So it's like you still have to teach that robot how to box.
Yeah.
Right. So like I'm gonna take this robot over here with these trainers and have him train. It's the same thing as a person,
Yeah.
but they just get to take it to new heights.
And they learn way faster, instantaneously.
You don't want to see that fight? the robot that was trained by Mike Tyson versus the robot that was trained by
I
can't read McGee over here.
Can't read McGee. I think the draw with sports is that even though it rarely happens, you can always have the underdog come out on top. It's like robots. It's like,
You remove that feature.
yeah, like it's irrelevant at that point. There's no like, oh my God, did you see R2D2 smack the shit out of Megatron? Like, bro, like, all right.
How the fuck did he do that?
Yeah, like we fucking kind of saw it coming, or we just knew it wasn't going to happen. Like, it's like already kind of premeditated, I think.
All right, so sports is out. Keep it human.
I think so.
Keep it human.
I think
Teachers, keep it human because that'll be chaotic.
Well, I don't know. I still kind of I would roll the dice on the teacher thing. Like, let's see.
Well, what'll happen is like I said, the inner city kids are gonna have the robots.
Yeah.
And then North Philly is not gonna have the robots.
Well, see, I think I read, I don't know if this is true or not, but I did read somewhere that some parts of Asia have implemented like fully AI classrooms. So if your culture is such that you promote being obedient and studious, then it'll work. So what you're basically saying is black people.
Is that what you keep hearing?
That's what you keep
said
saying.
North Philly.
Yeah. Who are you thinking about when you say North Philly?
Motherfucker, I grew up in North Philly. I saw a Hispanic dude.
You grew up in Kensington.
This is North Philly, motherfucker. What gets more North Philly than K&A?
What percentage of your classroom was black?
Very small.
Was it really?
Yeah. I told you this a few episodes ago.
But you have no Hispanic friends. That's why I'm like shocked.
Because they were too aggressive. I said I need less aggressive friends. I need black friends. These Hispanics are fucking crazy.
Bro, what? What, bro?
I was like, I can't rock out with the machete vibes. Like,
yeah, yo, you're crazy. Give me an example of what was too aggressive for you. And
no, that's a joke.
Yeah, I'm dying to know.
But no, my school was. I mean, there was definitely a lot of black people, but heavy Hispanics.
Okay.
So yeah,
I mean, yeah, there are pockets that are like bodega.
Hilarious.
Tire shop.
Your head is 90% black kids in North Philly?
Nah. But certain parts I feel like where I see more Hispanics, and maybe we're deviating, but where I see the more Hispanic population is like on the boulevard. I feel like y'all got that on lock.
What do you really see?
What do you mean? Besides cars, 100,000 cars.
What in the on the boulevard is you're like, this is pretty Hispanic out here.
Mostly Puerto Rican and Dominican.
Yeah, but why? Like, what do you see?
I don't get the question, Dr. Strange. Like, the fuck are you asking me?
The tire repair shops.
Oh, yeah.
There's one every other block. Every block and a half.
Nah, facts. Every time there's an opening, there's a tire.
And there's, to your point, hell of bodegas up there too. So that's why.
Damn. Yeah, I didn't think about that. It really is.
But yeah, there is a lot of Hispanics up there. But so sure, black kids can't have robots. That's what Larry's hearing me say.
Yo, do you see this happening in our lifetime? Like this AI shit really actually making a difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see our kids being completely deep in it.
I think we had a president, actually it was Andrew Yang, who talked about back in the 2020 election how he wanted to implement a universal stimulus check for like all American citizens, because he saw like the way technology was progressing and that robots would basically replace us in like the next 2 decades or so. Mm-hmm. Like they've already, I don't know. I text you about the strike or whatever at the dock, at the ports rather. Part of their like negotiation package was actually prohibiting AI from being used at their workplace. Because they're like, nah, we don't want these fucking things replacing us. Because I think some parts of China is like fully, again, automated. They just picking that shit up off the boat, putting it on the fucking
And it's effective, right? It's efficient. It's like, how long until Amazon workers lose their jobs?
Probably not long.
They hate that job anyway. Yeah. And they're fucking each other.
I was thinking the same shit.
Amazon workers are fucking fiends.
Insane.
But yeah, they about to be replaced.
Yeah.
And then everybody could actually get the package they ordered.
I think the jobs that will go the quickest, stuff like Amazon, but delivery
warehouse shit.
Yeah. I think the mail system is outdated entirely. I could see that being swapped out with AI. What else? Maybe stuff like anything to do with the auto industry. I feel like it's already heavily computerized and automated. Like I could see robots easily replacing us in that.
Construction, you think labor, like building houses, shit like that?
Yes. And I feel like that makes me a little nervous.
So like labor in general is just getting replaced by robots. Yeah. That's the biggest market for robots is labor.
But we can kind of already see that, right? Like less people are going to take jobs that are in trades and things like that and opting more to do content, healthcare, that kind of shit.
But yeah, I mean, what's the technical term for it? Not labor. Fuck, the people that do job like plumbing,
Tradesmen?
trade. Yeah, those jobs were always viewed as like important, but nobody really. I never, especially in schools, never advocated for it.
No,
like you should do trade work.
I think our generation, they were heavily focused on us going to college.
College, yeah. And the only idea of like doing trade work would be of that person. Like if that kid was like, yo, like my dad does plumbing or my dad does construction, I'm going to go into it as well.
Right.
Outside of that, yeah, our teachers were like, yo, just go to college, go to college.
Yeah.
So that I felt like it was never really valued as far as important.
No, I think our parents' generation and the generation before them more so valued like labor intensive stuff. But then like once the internet came around, people were like, yo, I can make money and not have to leave my fucking house. Like, yeah, this is the wave.
So do you think that robots can be entertainers? Can they have their own podcast? Isn't there an AI podcast out there somewhere?
Probably. If it's not, we need to make it. I will tell you this. I don't know if this is technically entertainment, but you already know what I'm thinking. That this is going to completely disrupt humanity.
What? Oh.
Sex robots.
Yeah. No, that'll
it is going to ruin.
If Elon decided to attach a fucking fleshlight to these Tesla jaws, it's gonna be over. End of days.
And put some like silicone like panties or something. Give it like this is going crazy.
Yeah, your imagination is in the work.
I'm just saying, bro. Like,
you gonna stop seeing certain motherfuckers come around.
Think about
you gonna be like, what the fuck happened to Tony? I haven't seen that man in weeks.
You see the way dudes take off work for 2K and GTA when that dropped.
Oh man.
Come on. Booty bot 5,000 drop.
Boss, I'm gonna need next month off. My delivery.
I'm gonna tell you what, productivity gonna be up 17,000% though. They're gonna be like
happy as
relieved coming into work, happy as hell.
All right, so if sex robots become a real thing, and it's more accessible than it should be,
it probably won't be stupid expensive at first,
right?
Yeah.
Do we see crime rate drop in dramatically? Right, I would think so.
Until people start stealing other people's booty bots. And
oh man, then murder goes out the roof. But who would be more happier? The guys that have the opportunity to just buy a robot to fuck? Or, obviously there's going to be guy robots for the women, or they robots for them.
Yeah, for them, yeah.
Who's going to enjoy it more, the guys or the girls?
I think the guys for sure, because women could have sex any minute of the day if they felt like it. But the guys, most men are not having sex regularly, so. They get their chance, it's over.
Yeah, it's done.
You're going to see that red pill shit take off again. I told you, women are obsolete. Like, it's going to be crazy.
Well, they got the fucking doll all juiced up in the fucking background.
That's right, baby. Like,
that's my man.
Talking crazy, yeah.
So that's the future for us.
Oh, God, it's going to be awful. I don't want to see that.
So I thought we were going to go into more of a like virtual reality. I feel like that was a conversation for a while, but are we tiptoeing away from that?
They've been trying to make VR the thing for a long time, I feel like. And I don't know if it's ever been good enough to where people was like, okay, this is the wave. Yeah. Like it's always been like, oh, this is nice, but you get over it in an hour or so. Like Facebook just dropped, what was that? The Oculus 2 or something.
I think it's 3.
Yeah. And then Apple has the new glasses. Bro, that shit is dumb expensive. And I'm like,
isn't it like $5,000 or some shit?
But like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, I can push the button and take a phone call on my glasses now. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and it looks ridiculous.
One more thing for me to have to like manage. Like, no thank you.
So that's further out. Somehow we've gotten to a place where robots are a little more closer to our reality than virtual reality is.
Okay, I'll say this. I think if VR takes the approach of like just focusing on gaming, Oh, I could see that absolutely.
Like a Ready Player One.
Yes, I could see that being the future of gaming for sure. Like some stuff like Pokemon. Like when we had, remember Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
When that dropped, people were going crazy for it. Like I was outside for like 2 hours. I'm like, man, let me go take my ass in the house. I forgot where I was at.
It's fucking dark outside.
Yeah, like Gengar's down this alley. Well, I guess I ain't getting that shit because I ain't about to get me poked up with no needle.
The funniest thing for Pokemon Go is the bulls that was setting up the spots, like the towers.
And robbing people.
Yeah, they would set up a tower in a fucking alleyway and motherfuckers be like, oh, I can't wait to go over there and just get fucking robbed.
How could you not see that coming though is my question. That's how you just know like you did not go outside enough as a kid.
Now you're like, wow, I have to go outside for this game? You're not ready for it. You're not prepared.
Head down, trying to find shit, walked into a car. I can't tell you how many times I've seen like students just not paying attention walking across a green light.
Yep.
Like, oh, you're looking for a death wish.
Now they're looking for a Pokemon.
Oh my God.
But
basically the same thing.
But this was fun, man. I thought it was cool to just talk about robots because Tesla robots blew up and everybody's all concerned and intrigued. How far are we going to take it? I think like I had a question. Like, you think we're ever going to have robot armies?
I think if we do that, life as we know it is officially over.
Like a full blown robot army. At that point, we're the Republic, like from Star Wars.
Yeah, like, and that means war is on the table at all times. You hit the button, you send the droids, and that's it.
Yep.
Like we can already nuke entire continents to smithereens like today.
Yeah.
Now we can send the droids in to pillage and act like barbarians.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, I'm good.
That's a bad time.
Better get your lightsabers now.
How far are we from that? Is anybody actively trying to create lightsabers?
I can't tell you how many times I done Googled how to build a Gundam. Because I get my hands on that, I'm out. I'm out, bro. Y'all not stopping me for nothing.
Hilarious.
I done watched too many of them animes to not know how to pilot one. First person I'm going for, you already know.
I don't know what I did.
I can't even say shit on the internet.
Nah,
So.
you gotta be quiet. Say it off camera.
I got you.
Well, I'm still recording this shit.
Yeah.
Got him.
We got a couple of weeks left before the election, so make sure you get registered to vote. We're going to take our country back this year. And whoever, you align with, you can use that how you see it. I don't think George or I are really heavily leaning to one way or the other.
Yeah, I don't think so. We won't go back. You used one. I have to use the other to balance
it out. Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. This drops on Halloween. We've been doing some creepy shit already on the channel. If you haven't, we didn't do any special Halloween anything, but
this doesn't drop on Halloween.
It's Thursday. It's the 31st.
Bruh. This episode drops. Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
Forgot.
Comes out on Halloween. So happy Halloween. Be safe out there. Catch you next week, which is officially holiday season. I know Larry's excited. This fucking Grinch over here.
Why does everybody call me that? That's for another episode.